Filthy Casual Gaming here today to bring you a game called Warframe. Today we'll be covering the preliminary concerns that I think everyone has when considering a free-to-play game to pick up. First, we'll be looking at the monetization model and how it's implemented, the replayability of the game, early and in-game content, the customization options, and the graphics, which will be made evident in the video itself, the plot of the game, and why I like it. First, monetization. With monetization in Warframe, there isn't anything you can't earn yourself with the exception of vaulted Warframes, as far as progression is concerned. Every few months, new Warframes, Prime Warframes are released, and then some Prime Warframes are equally vaulted, along with the Prime weapons and companions. Prime weapons are upgraded variants that have slightly better stats, more polarity options. It isn't required that you have these, but the aesthetic is rewarded itself, never mind the slight bonuses. Most transactions are done with an in-game currency called Platinum. With those, you can trade the player regional market, or even trade personally at a place called Maru's Bazaar, where you can offer your things up on display. Platinum can be used to purchase difficult to find materials such as auric and catalysts and reactors. It used to be that these were made available only every so often as a daily challenge once a month. Even then it seemed random at best. But now, if this new weekly challenge mechanic called Nightwave keeps up, there'll be a reliable way to earn an attained extract is another one of those materials that I mentioned earlier. Platinum can also be used to buy boosters, even other warframes and weapons. However, it is far cheaper to buy the prime variants on the trading market from another player than to buy the normal variants with platinum on the digital extreme market themselves. However, when you do purchase a warframe, it comes with an auric and catalyst, and it comes with a warframe slot. Same goes for a weapon. That's the difference. And you don't have to build it. Platinum can be used to purchase some aesthetics, rush production of various build things alike, though none of it's actually worth it. Weapon skins, armor attachments, armor skins, warframe helmets, etc., and so on, are some of the things that you can also purchase with Platinum. Replayability. There are honestly countless hours of things to do in Warframe. For starters, there's unlocking the entire star map, which should be every Tenno's first goal. For those of you who are unclear about what a Tenno is, without getting into too many spoilers, you are essentially a Tenno. Once you clear the star map, this allows you access to all of the alerts that are put out, and access to most, if not all, of the quests available to the game right now. Once you've completed this star map, you have to worry about endgame content in places like Earth, the Plains of Eidolon, or Fortuna, the Corpus Labor Camp on Venus. These are massive open-world nodes that you can visit and are unlike the linear maps that you find on the rest of the star map. There's Eidolon hunting, which is the endgame content, requiring some of the best warframes available and mods to go with it. There's Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, an alert that allows you to farm for level passes to higher quality drops for gear. These level passes are called relics. They start out as just plain intact relics, but you can use void shards to upgrade them to radiant. Increase them to radiant, it increases the drop chance for the gold tier item to drop once you complete a wave, or a series of waves, or whatever. Next, there's my personal favorite, arbitrations. These put your skills to the test with enemies that nullify all of your powers. Well, they don't nullify, they ignore them, because there are these certain little devils that spawn, and they cast a red glow around the enemies that they're around, and they will be immune to your Warframe's powers, period. You can use weapons and melee weapons and whatnot, but you just can't use your Warframe powers. Next, there's sorties, which are a series of progressively harder missions that yield strong rewards that are considered valuable by nearly everyone. Going back to arbitrations, I forgot to mention that In arbitrations, you only get one life. So once you die, you lose all of your rewards. There's checkpoints. Finally, with the next major content patch, there will be these things called railjacks. Railjack is like a ship. It's a co-op space battle where you fly a ship with your friends, one engineer, two gunners, and a pilot. You have to send an away team to the other ship to sabotage it on something that resembles the linear maps in the star maps, and you have to repel borders that come onto your own railjack. As an anecdotal note here, worth its own mention, as I said before, there are modes of gameplay where you fight endless waves of foes, an endless stream. And I love this kind of pressure. I thrive on it as I can always do better. I always push myself to last longer. And my skill, or the efficiency of my Warframe, is quantifiably measured by how long I can last. Getting over 60 minutes, or wave 40, is always a thrill for me. Customization. I'm going to be brief here. Each weapon, primary, secondary, melee, companion, and companion weapon, can hold up to 8 mods, of which you get dozens, if not hundreds, to choose with, that have various polarities and mod capacity drain levels. The Warframe, however, is the only thing that gets 2 extra mod slots. An Exilus slot, it's like physical enhancements, not directly associated with power or armor or health too often. If it is, it's minute compared to your primary mods. And then you have an aura mod, something that benefits the entire team, and this actually increases your mod capacity. Primary and secondary weapons have their own subtrees that get their own mods, like shotguns, rifles, bows, beam weapons, etc. Each weapon and companion can be customized by color palette, individually as well as your landing craft. DE did digital extremes. The developers understand fashion and function. So you get your fashion frame and your function frame all in one. Kind of related to customization, but there's roughly 30 different Warframes to choose from, prime variants not included. And they each bring something unique to the table. It may not always be beneficial in certain areas, things meta, but you will find the Warframe and weapon combination for you that suits your playstyle. Back to what Orokin reactors and catalysts are, they're a sort of implant that you put on your weapons or your Warframe, and they essentially double your mod capacity. So that's one way that DE tried to make it that you had to pay money to make your Warframe super effective. But there's been ways around it, and this Nightwave is looking to alleviate that, but just by, if you're online and knocking out those challenges, then you can get these catalysts. I love this game for the story and the art. The fact that it has these elements I listed above are the best bonuses I've ever had to the aforementioned duo. The story is mysterious, but starts to unfold the way you would unfold an origami to see what the paper originally looked like before it became a folded animal. The cinematics are great, and I would go as far to say that this is almost Dark Soulsian by how the story is run. And the setting of this place takes place in the distant future. It's not really said how far. But there's 4 factions. The Grineer, which are an army of clones that are suffering from clone syndrome, where they're effectively copied in this show. There's the Corpus, which are a group of people who find cybernetic implants attractive and even a punishment at the same time. Like, it depends. On Fortuna, you'll find people that are giving up body parts to pay off debts. Arms, legs, etc. And there are some people that all they are is just a brain anymore. They're the Moabs that you'll find in the game. There's the Infested, which there's spoilers as to their origins, but they're essentially the zombies in the game, the Flood from Halo. And the Sentinels, again, I can't talk about them at all because that's spoilers. That pretty much sums up my filthy casual summary of Warframe. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you would want to come check it out. Just give it a shot, see if you like it. You can find me in the game as Cerebralphage. Just give me a shout.